Hi, I'm Lisa. Welcome back. We are finishing our Vinyasa flow yoga classes with our journey of the chakras. Today we will be finishing with our last of the major chakras, our seventh chakra, also called our Crown Chakra. Sahasrara is what it's called in Sanskrit, and it's right here at the top or the crown of the head. This chakra is denoted by the color, sometimes several different colors. Sometimes like a purple or violet, other times a white, incorporating all the colors of the rainbow. This chakra is governed by the pineal gland within the brain, and the pineal gland is responsible for your circadian rhythm, your day-night cycle, your output of melatonin. And this chakra is physically denoted by the brain, the cerebrum, the skull itself, and this chakra is all about higher level consciousness. So the element that is sort of represented by this is consciousness or thought, higher level thinking. This chakra has a lot to do with, of course, as I just said, consciousness or thought, but at a higher level. It's more about spirituality. It's about knowing that we are more than just our thoughts, though, also. It's about bliss, enlightenment, knowing that we are more than just the sum of our parts. All right, so today's yoga classes, today's yoga practice, I should say, is going to be incorporating poses that have to do with this chakra, about stimulating the crown chakra. So I will be highlighting some of those poses as we move into them. Let's just start with ourselves in a nice upright seated position, elevated spine, open chest. Your hands can be in your lap or on your knees. Feel free to sit on a bolster or a block or a blanket to raise yourself up higher. And just close your eyes for a moment, breathing in and out through your nose. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Notice the thoughts of your mind. Notice your current emotional state. So we're kind of incorporating our thoughts, our emotions, and our breath, and our body. Feeling your body as you're sitting here and how it feels in different spots. Is there tightness? Is there weakness? Is there comfort? Knowing that we are on a deeper level, more than our thoughts, more than our current emotions, more than just our physical body. Sinking into an Ujjayi breath, taking the chin slightly downward, hearing your breath as it moves in and out through your throat. All right, let's move into our yoga practice. We'll be moving into more pranayama at the end, and going on a little bit of a chakra visualization. So just gently open your eyes, looking at the floor in front of you. Take your gaze up, and we're going to move into our first pose. So I want you to feel free to sit on a block or your bolster. Come on, Maggie. Come on. You're in the camera's view. She doesn't want to go. There. So we're going to move into Baddha Konasana, bound ankle pose. The soles of your feet are together, the knees fall out to the sides. Sit up tall, sometimes pushing up with your hips and then releasing down, kind of lets you know how far away or how close in the heels should sit. so that you get the most comfort out of this pose. If you need to, always feel free to wedge a block or blanket or pillows underneath each of your knees on the outside, and that can make a big difference. So I want you to just sit up here. We're opening up for the inner thighs, and if it feels good, you can always hinge forward and down. If this bothers your back in any way though, stay upright. Okay. All right, if you are forward hinged, to make your way back upright, we're just going to move into a simple kind of an easy twist to begin with. Draw in a breath, and then as you exhale, you'll be twisting to your right, just a gentle twist. Draw the shoulders down, let your gaze extend out beyond the right shoulder. Inhale, come back to center. Breathing, lifting the spine, and then when you exhale, twist to your left. Slowly come back. Take a moment, extend your legs out in front of you, maybe shake them and roll them. If you had a prop in front of you, go ahead and set that aside. All right, from here, just go ahead and bend your knees, kind of like this. Place your left hand on the floor next to you, and we're going to just kind of warm up the shoulder joint and the hips by swinging the right arm up and back, letting the gaze go up, and then swinging down. Let's do this a couple of times. Inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Now let's switch to our other side, bending the knees, right hand goes to the floor. Inhale up and back with the left hand, letting the gaze go up and back. Exhale down. Inhale up and back, maybe this time drawing the hips more forward as you open up. And then one more time, inhale up and back. Exhale down. All right, from here, make your way onto all fours into table pose. Just a couple of cat-cows, drawing the elbows back, releasing and relaxing the belly. Opening the chest as you scoop forward and up with the chin, the gaze, and the tailbone even more. Exhale, round, chin to your chest, belly pulls in and up. Inhale to your cow. Exhale to your cat. One more time, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Okay, make your way back to your table. Take your hands more towards the very top of your mat. Shift your shoulders over the wrists. Extend your legs back into a plank. Lower your hips in line with your legs. Draw the shoulders back. Try and reach the tips of your shoulder blades more downward and into your back. Gaze is at the mat, sort of in front of the fingertips, just a little bit. From here, release back into a down dog, pedaling your feet. And then shifting right back into your plank. And down dog. Plank. And this time, if you'd like to, a variation of up dog. Thighs are off the mat, but the toes are still curled underneath you. Then plank and down dog. One more time. Plank, up dog, and then down dog. From here, pedal the feet more. Make sure the fingers spread out a little bit and you're putting pressure into the fingertips along with the heel of the hand. Start to settle your heels down. If you need to, bend the knees or spread the feet a little wider on the mat to make the pose more comfortable. As you're here, take in a nice big inhale. And then open your mouth, exhale out. Use that exhale to push back and up with the tailbone a little bit more. Relax the head. On your next exhale, walk your feet to your hands into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Once again, bending the knees if you need to make the pose more comfortable for your legs or for your back. Release the crown of your head so it's pointed downwards towards the floor, activating the crown chakra. To help do this and get the head positioned more towards the floor. It's not that it has to come to touch, it's just that we want to kind of tuck the chin in a little bit, draw in the belly, shift your weight forward to the front of your feet. If the hands don't come to the ground, grab the elbows. As your gaze is directed back at your knees, make sure the middle of your kneecaps are in line with your middle toes. If the knees are kind of folding inward, lift the arches of your feet. And if it feels good, a couple slow, small circles in each direction. All right, release, go still again with the head. Let the top or the crown chakra point towards the floor. Weight stays in the front of your feet. Inhale, rise up halfway to Ardha Uttanasana. Fingertips are on the shins, lightly touching the shins or the floor, whichever one you prefer. We're going for a straighter, flatter back. We're lifting the backs of our shoulders upwards and then drawing them away from our neck. Our gaze is at the floor, about 6 inches in front of our toes. We're shifting forward, so we're lengthening the neck. The crown chakra now is extending forward, activating this chakra again, because this is where we're feeling our energy extend out of our body. Exhale, fold back down. From here, slowly rise up to a standing position. And once you are here, head is up, reach up with your arms. Gaze goes up, hands come together, and they exhale in at your heart. Okay, so we're going to start our sun salutation. It's sun salutation A today. Feel free to do either a cobra or up dog. As you're doing this after your chaturanga, we're going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose. Our feet are about hip distance apart, so you feel stable. Arms are drawn down, feeling the energy move down the arms and out through the fingertips, stabilizing the feet so that you feel the same kind of balance between front and back of the foot and the both sides, inside and outside of the foot. The belly is slightly engaged, chin is level. Energy is moving up and down from our feet all the way up through the crown chakra and back down again. So Tadasana mountain pose is also a crown chakra pose. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Weight stays shifted forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, extending your energy forward. Exhale down, step back into a plank. And from here, chaturanga, elbows are drawn back. Gaze stays towards the top of your mat. Elbows are pointed in. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. I'm in a cobra right now. Exhale, down dog. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're walking your feet forward to the top of your mat into your Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, Namaste. All right, here we go again. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold down. Weight stays in the front of the feet. The crown of the head is pointed at the floor. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. The crown of the head is pointed straight forward. Exhale down. Inhale to a plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. This time in Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Taking another breath, rise onto the toes, bend the knees. Look between your hands, and then exhale and lightly hop your feet forward. You're in your Uttanasana, and then inhale to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, Namaste. All right, here we go. We're going to add on a little bit to our sun salutations. So, inhale up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down. You can jump back to Chaturanga or inhale, stepping back to your plank and then Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, your right leg up. Exhale, step it through to the top of your mat. You're in your runner's lunge. Body weight goes into the left hand or left hand goes onto your block. As you exhale, draw the right hip back, open up the right arm to the sky. We're adding in a twist. Exhale down, release the left knee down, point the left toes. Inhale, drawing up and back into Anjaneyasana, keeping the right knee above that right ankle. Exhale, take the hands down, step back into a plank, and then your Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Inhale, your left leg up. Exhale, step it through to the top of your mat. You're in a runner's lunge. Body weight or block goes into the right hand. And then as you exhale, you're drawing that left hip back, twisting to the left, raising the left arm up. Breathing. Letting the left hand go back down. Release the right knee down, point the toes. On your next inhale, drawing the arms up and back, the gaze up and back also if you can. If that is uncomfortable, let the gaze go forward instead. Release back down. Stepping into your plank with an inhale. Getting strong in your plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale to your Cobra or Upward Facing Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. All right, taking another breath, rise into the toes. Exhale, lightly hop or walk forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, namaste. Okay, for this next sequence, we're going to be adding in a lot of poses, and I would suggest having your block ready and available towards the top of your mat. All right, inhale up. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale down, jump back to Chaturanga or inhale to your plank. Exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale to Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Down Dog. Taking a moment here. And then when you're ready, inhale up. The right leg rises up high. Exhale, pull the right foot through to the top of your mat. Left heel goes down. Inhale, windmill up to a warrior two. We're going straight to warrior two today. Keeping that right kneecap open in line with your middle toes. If you have an injury, maybe that arm rests on a waist. Otherwise, arms are at the same level. Shoulders draw a little bit down and back to open across the front of the arms and the chest more. From here, let your gaze extend forward beyond the right fingertips. Let's reverse our warrior. And from here, we're going to flow into a triangle pose. So I'm going to straighten my right leg. I'm not going to hyperextend or lock it out. I'm keeping just a micro bend. If you've had a real wide stance, you may want to step that back foot in a little bit. You're turning the left hip up, extending forward with your right arm, and then taking that hand down to the ankle, the shin, or the block. Left arm goes up. Gaze goes up towards the left arm. Maybe shifting, drawing this left hip back. The bottom moves in line more with the legs. Notice the touch in your right hand. Try not to lean heavily into the block or the shin. It's just a light touch, so you can still hold the pose and easily remove the arm. From here, slowly rise up. Hands come to your waist. Turn to face your right leg. As you do that, step this left foot in, maybe about 12 inches or so. I'm going to step back so I'm more in the camera's view. And I'm spreading my feet slightly apart so I feel real stable here. Move this out of the way. All right, so I'm squaring off my hips, opening my chest, extending forward and down to pyramid pose. Once again, placing the block maybe to the inside of your right foot, or if you have two blocks, one on each side, just to help open up the hamstrings, the backs of our thighs here. Now, as you're in this pose, before you decide to lower down or try and reach the ground, couple of things. I want to really kind of focus on your alignment here. Think about taking this right hip and drawing it back. Left hip goes just a little forward. We're working on squaring off the hips. Then as you're here, think about opening the chest and flattening the back. These little adjustments can take you a whole lot deeper for this back hamstring here. Then as you're in the pose, if you feel like you can go deeper, you can always lower the block down a level or two, or remove it altogether. Okay, try and keep those hips squared so the right hip is drawing back. Left hand goes onto the block and slightly shift your block forward. We're trying to take our spine and our energy forward again. Opening up the chest. On your next exhale, twist to your right, right arm goes up. You may need to move your hand more forward on the block as the torso, the neck, and the head extend forward as the right hip moves back. If you have an injury, maybe the right hand rests on your waist. Breathing. This is revolved triangle. Slowly lower the gaze and the hand down. And we're going to now move into a nice, once again, Crown Chakra pose where we're really kind of focusing on this chakra. What is the pose? It's a Warrior 3. Now, Warrior 3 is also a solar plexus chakra pose too. It takes a lot of energy. But we're going to really emphasize today's Warrior 3 about extending forward with a straight back. Our spine is straight and our energy is going forward out beyond the crown chakra. So we're going to do a variation of Warrior 3. And I want you to feel free to start using your block if you need to. So we're going to transfer all of our body weight into our right leg. Start to lift up the left toes. And you're raising that left leg up strong and straight to hip level. Those left toes, if they're angled out to the side, turn them all to face downward towards the mat. Raise up. Your hands, if you need to, can stay on the block, but try and lift the head and the chest up away from the floor so that you're not lifted up too high or down too low. We want to create like a long straight line. And we're taking our hands today behind, reaching out towards that left foot, extending the head and neck forward, feeling your crown chakra energy extend out through the top of your head. Once again, as you're here, stabilizing, breathing, drawing the shoulders back. If you need to, hands can stay on the block. All right, so from where you were, move your block aside, hands go to the mat. Step back really big with your left leg. Right leg goes back also. And then when you're ready, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right. From here, inhale the left leg up. I'm going to switch sides. Exhale, draw that left foot through to the top of your mat, rising into a Warrior 2. Checking the alignment of the left knee. How do the arms feel? Is the chest open? Is the belly slightly engaged? Soften the face, soften the breath, and let the gaze go out beyond the left fingertips. Turn the left palm up and we'll just reverse our warrior, opening up a little for this side. And then flowing back to our Warrior 2, straightening the left leg, turning this right hip up, reaching forward, moving into our triangle pose. Slowly rise up, hands to the waist, turn to face towards that left foot. Step forward with the right some so that you have about 2 feet of distance between the feet, and spread the feet apart just a little bit. Square the hips off, open the chest, extend forward and then down, resting your hands on the block. As you're here breathing, slightly draw that left hip back a little more, the right hip forward. Open the chest, flatten the back. Good. Take your block slightly in front of that left foot. Try and extend your energy of your spine, your neck, and your head all forward. And as you're moving forward, you're drawing the left hip back. Take in another breath. Exhale, twist to your left. Left arm goes up. Gaze goes up if you can. Hand can always rest on the left side of your waist. Slowly lower your left hand down. All right, we're going to move into our warrior three on this side. You may want to raise your block up. Shift your body weight forward into that left foot. Okay, then from here, raise the right leg up. Flex the toes so they're all pointed down. Try to lower the right hip so it's in line with the left hip. And then if you can, you're lifting up off the block. Arms are reaching back. Extend the head and the neck forward. As you're here, think about drawing the shoulders back. So it's like almost like an Ardha Uttanasana feeling. Breathing. Lower the hands down. And from here, step back. Move into your plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Take in another breath. And then as you exhale, either hop or walk your feet to your Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, down. Inhale, rise and reach up. Exhale, namaste. Okay, from here, we're going to move into one more of our chakra poses for Sahasrara, Crown Chakra. We're going to use the length of our mat, spreading our legs wide. You may want to have your block handy. You're taking your legs as far apart as is comfortable for you. Hands are on your waist. So I'm going to kind of maybe show this. I've done this before. I'm going to show it the other way so you can see what you can do with your head. So make sure your weight is equal from front to back of the foot. Extend forward with an open chest. Once again, hands come down to the floor. They may come and rest on a block. If you can go deeper, you may want to rest the top of your head on your block. If you can go deeper, maybe the crown chakra is coming down to the mat. And the weight in the top of your head is real kind of gentle. It's actually quite comfortable because your feet are taking more of the weight, the body weight. Breathing. Slowly rise up. Heel toe the feet in a little closer together, and then raise all the way up, bringing the legs all the way together, shaking out a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do now is kind of finish our class up against the wall. So I would like you to feel free, if you need to stop the video, move up your mat somewhere close to a wall, and then restart when you are ready. And I would say this also, move your mat so that it's perpendicular from the wall. Okay. I'm going to start with legs up the wall to invert. I usually take a shoulder and a hip right up against the wall. It doesn't matter which one. And then from here, you're just going to rotate and lift the legs up. Scoot your bottom in close to the wall so that it's touching. If this is uncomfortable to do and to keep straight legs up the wall, then you may need to just guide your bottom back and away a little bit from the wall. As you're here, if it feels good, close the eyes. Move into kind of a more peaceful, restful position. Wiggle the wiggle the toes or the ankles if you need to. Just letting the body get used to having the legs up, the head and the heart down. All right, from here, if you want to go into a deeper inversion, you can always lift the hips off of your mat, bend your knees, feet go against your wall, and you're bringing your hands together behind your back, kind of guiding the elbows in underneath you, extending the legs straight, lifting the hips away from the wall, and pulling slightly your chin away from the wall so that you don't flatten the back of your neck. More of your body weight should be into kind of the middle back part of your head. If you want to go even deeper into a full shoulder stand, you can pull away from the wall. Try not to let a lot of kind of bend come to the waist and the feet beyond the head. We want to pull the feet back so the toes are aiming straight up to the ceiling and your gaze is also going up to the ceiling. It's really important as you're in this pose not to turn your head left to right. Keep the gaze going straight up so that we protect our necks. And if this is uncomfortable for your neck in any way, legs against the wall in a supported shoulder stand, or hips all the way down into Viparita Karate. That's just the Sanskrit term for our legs up the wall, just like this. All right. So whichever pose, any of those poses you were in, slowly make your way back to this legs up the wall position. From here, we're going to move into our hip opener, our thread the needle at the wall. You'll bend your right knee, rest the right ankle against the left thigh, flexing the toes and pushing the right knee out towards the wall. If you don't feel anything in the right hip, you'll start to bend the left knee and just guide that left foot down until you feel the stretch in the right hip. But at the same time, as you're doing this, don't let the hips raise up off of the mat. I want you to keep your hips grounded into the mat. Really think about laying your tailbone downward, okay? Closing the eyes, just feeling the sensation around the hip area. Letting the breath flow. Letting the breath help to relax your body, to relax the muscles. Now take that left leg straight again, raise the right leg up, reposition against the wall, and then when you're ready, bend the left knee, bringing that left ankle to the right thigh, flexing the left toes, pushing the left knee away from you. And if you feel like you can go deeper, then maybe you're just guiding the right foot down the wall, but still pushing the lowest part of your hips down into the mat. You may notice as you do the two sides of the body
that one hip might be a little bit more open than the other. And so sometimes I suggest when you're working on that tighter side, whichever side that may be, just moving into the pose maybe a little more slowly. And if you're doing it at home, maybe you want to hold the pose a little bit longer on that tighter side, just to give it a little bit more time to kind of fully release. Once again, kind of gently pull away from the pose, taking the legs back up the wall, wiggling the toes. We're going to move into our final spinal twist against the wall. You can do this if you have any back strain by doing this with bent knees. You can even take a pillow or a block and place it between the knees as you move into this pose to make it more comfortable. Okay, this is a deeper twist, so I want you to be really careful with the spine. If you want to experience the deeper twist, you're going to do this with both legs straight, pulled together. Gently pull the heels away from the wall, engage the belly, and then arms are out to your side. Exhale, slowly release your feet down to the floor on your left side. Once the feet come to the floor, you can turn your head to the right and lift the right palm up. If this is uncomfortable, right hand can rest on your waist, or maybe feels better, reach behind you. We'll take out some of the twist for the upper spine. If the neck is uncomfortable, maybe your gaze is going up, or if you even need to, maybe off to the left. As you're in this pose, you should feel, if you have the straight legs, you should feel your bottom, your hips pushing against the wall. Slowly take your gaze back up. Put a little bit of bend in your knees and slowly rise back up. As you're here, just stay still, reposition on your mat. This is just a little bit of time to let the spine come back into balance from the twist. Then, when you're ready, whatever you did on the first side, I would suggest probably doing the same thing on the second side. If you're doing the full twist, the legs are together and the heels are pulled away. Belly's engaged as you exhale and roll over to your right. When the feet come to the floor, opening up the left arm and turning your gaze to the left. If you're here and this is uncomfortable in any way, that's an indication to move into this twist with the bent knees and just staying like this. All right, take your gaze back to center, put some bend in your knees and slowly raise them back up the wall. Just breathing, releasing. Feeling the two sides of the spine and the spinal muscles kind of come back to an equilibrium. Draw your knees into your chest, and if it feels good, you can rock a little side to side. You can just quickly do maybe a happy baby, drawing the knees down. The bottoms of the feet are open up to the ceiling. And then from here, you're pushing away from the wall, moving out straight on your mat to
set up for Shavasana.
All right, so I'm going to get my
Shavasana equipment ready. Once again, when we are in Shavasana, that actually is a Crown Chakra pose because we are working on kind of thought or mind control in Shavasana to slow the thoughts of the mind down, to release the body, to move into more stillness. So we're using a certain element of control even in Shavasana. All right, so as I said, today's Shavasana is going to have a little bit of a mental or visualization as we do this. So it's going to incorporate all of the 7 chakras. Go ahead, get yourself comfortable on your mat, close your eyes. Your arms are drawn away from your body or resting on your belly. Your legs are slightly spread apart. The shoulders are drawn down. The eyes are closed. Let the breath move kind of lightly and naturally. Okay. As your eyes are closed, take your focus into your first or your root chakra, the Muladhara chakra. It's right there, kind of just beneath the tailbone. Imagine you're seeing the color red there. As you inhale, say into your head, to yourself, I am safe. As you exhale, I am safe. Move up a little higher to your sacrum, your sacral or second chakra. Envision the color orange. As you inhale, think, I am creative. As you exhale, I am creative. Moving up, just around the belly button, the solar plexus chakra. Envision the color yellow. As you inhale, think to yourself, I am strong. As you exhale, I am strong. Moving up to the heart chakra, envision the color green. As you inhale, think, I am loved. As you exhale, I am loved. Next, move up to your throat. Envision the color blue. Inhaling, I am expressive. Exhaling, I am expressive. Notice the area between the eyebrows, the third eye chakra. Envision the color violet. I am connected as you inhale. And as you exhale, thinking, I am connected. Move up to the last crown chakra, envisioning white. Colors of all the rainbow together. As you inhale, say, I am divine. As you exhale, I am divine. Feeling the energy flow throughout your body. Move into greater stillness, greater quiet, just for a little bit longer. awakening the senses slowly. Noticing the tones of these chimes. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Try a slightly deeper breath, and then from here roll to your right side. Staying in this fetal position, expanding the breath even more, gently awakening both the body and the mind. From here, rise up to a comfortable seated position. Take your hands, draw them together at your heart, your chin down, eyes closed. My quote today comes from Eckhart Tolle. Life will give you whatever experience is most helpful for the evolution of your consciousness. How do you know this is the experience you need? Because this is the experience you are having at this moment. Thank you everyone for sharing this 7th Crown Chakra practice today. Be well, and as always, the divine in me bows to the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you everyone again for following me with this Crown Chakra series today and through all of the chakras that we've done. Be well, and I will see you again next time.